was awesome. Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield and I'm a professional dance choreographer and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States, and it is ZEROBASEONE's time to shine, baby. We got their track ICONIK. It just came out. I'm really excited for this and I am so hopeful their dance practice comes so fast so we can really appreciate their movement quality progression as well as the track as a whole. I have marathoned their entire discography, their title works and some of their B-sides, and we've seen them be able to make the group. Watch Boys Planet, so I am feeling pretty good about getting to appreciate this group for what they are about to show us. So I'm ready. I hope you are. Let's go. I'm sitting up alone in my bedroom. It's the racer fits with this type of track. Like my brain is trying to connect it. Everything's just a little off, which reminds me of Feel the Pop. Ooh, that trace was nice. Such a trippy track. Mostly just the cinematic side. ICONIK. We got it. ICONIK. That part gives me a loverholic robotronic. Is it Lucifer? That was really delightful. That was a good track. I like the track a lot. It did take me a second to understand the fits in correspondence to locations. We had, I think, a really fun moment where Gunwook's getting vacuumed up. I thought that was really funny. That little connection there. I think Tede was the one who did it, right? And yeah, a lot for the brain to process on this, but it's fun, and we're gonna let Jordan or May figure that one out. I'm here for the dance. Yeah, so we have a lot of tracing elements within it, which are gonna be nice. I'm gonna consider probably a Justin Timberlake or Michael Jackson nuance of how we're exploring funk. Maybe even a little Bruno, James Brown vibe, right? But I mean, yeah, Bruno Mars was inspired by Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was inspired by James Brown. So I'm going to assume that whole little family of movement is what we're going to see here, which I'm totally here for. I cannot wait to see this dance practice. The ICONIK dance practice is released. I'm excited for it. Let's go. I don't know why it feels so low. It is. There it is. Nice. I really like the tension choices here through their traces. Yep, yep. They're cleaner here than they normally are. I like it for this style and concept. Crispy. Fun way to do a pass off between Zonghao and Hanbin. James Brown influence, love it. Yeah. Nice. Cool. Nice. The pass off add-on was so nice. Wow, that's probably one of my favorite slow motion influenced choices they've made. Wow. Hey. Wow. That was awesome. Wow, wow, wow. They did a fantastic job on this. It's definitely clean. It's something that to help with in order for us to really appreciate the dynamics, having a sense of cleanliness and synchronicity as a priority helps us be able to appreciate that. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. Oh, so fun. Let's go dive into it. Oh man, here we are. With the subtle head, something I've noticed quite often is Zonghao is our starter, whether or not it's a vocal starter, but he's featured in some capacity in the beginning. I've noticed that quite a few times in the newer era stuff, in the music videos, and I've noticed it here. It's cool. I don't mind it. It's a vibe. They take it high, bring it around. It could just be that that's just when you get first on the show they came from, that's the privilege. You always get to start off your dance, maybe. I don't know. The walks are nice. They're even, they're balanced, getting us to our next spot. Even those who did not move in the formation, they stayed right where they were. It was nice. Anyway, so they take it forward. I like the subtleties, bringing it forward. Ta-ta, nice little crash going on in the music, how we caught that. And we touch it through. sending it over to the side with nice little flicks. So we're taking and prioritizing the accents with our wrists and our hands. It's really nice and tasteful. Even with the flicks, with the fold downs, there's power, even though it doesn't look like we're over forcing it. Very conversational, very nice. Taking it over, I like the hop with a little sweep, pas de bourrée. And then the tap taps are also nice, another pas de bourrée. And then we take it, I really like the opposition of the torso with the sway with the leg, taking it through, and then letting our arm complement that push and pull. Super nice. Little kicks are great, having some of our guys drip away or just kick away. New feature, and I like that he's taking his arm, deviating and delegating it away. It looks super nice there. They take it high to low, and then they open it up, or they end up sending the arm up with the rotation of that wrist. Looks great. We send it with the, once again, it's a very similar thing that what we already saw with a sweep into a little pas de bourrée, and then we double it, wrist rotation around. That is something we do see quite often as a fingerprint of ZEROBASEONE from a choreography standpoint, is this. We see that quite a few times in their choreo, which is nothing crazy there. He takes it, he folds it down, fun feature moment. Party of Matthew. I love the speed change, and I really love how it complements throughout the entirety of the routine, where you have these melty moments where there was a really cool slow stop motion effect that we end up seeing later on that I loved. They have Tere coming in here. He's not moving technically in, the slow motion feel, but he is moving slower than you typically would for, nice conversation. But I like it because it helps match his tone very well. So I like that we have more of an M going on in the formation, even though he is our point here, and it does give an inverted V vibe as well. I like it. It's a very likable routine. Definitely one that I prefer on their catalog of movement. It's really nice. The switch off is great. We branch it off, which is more of an accent from one side to another with this going on in the music. Really cool there. Traveling in, he sends it up. Everybody channels their energy towards the inside. They use that to help rotate through. Then we cross hit with the folds. Nice intention going on with those wrists. And we place it down, and I like how we send it off, and then we let the elbows have their moment. Accent up, we travel it with our hands out, a little V-step, we're just cross behind. Now we have our go-to formation that you see with a group of 9. It's kind of strange to not see this formation. You have a group of 5 with a 2 and a 2. I used to call this Gravity formation because I'd see Gravity do it in almost every single track of theirs because you're a group of 9. Why not? So he melts it. So how they're choosing to showcase their features, they know at this point especially how to feature themselves without taking away what happened previously, but there's a lot of this pass off that happens, whether you're hyping each other up, or I have 3 syllables and then I have 3 syllables and then I have 3 syllables back here, and how they choose to go about how we want to focus on them but not be super distracted when we aren't supposed to focus on them. They do very well, which helps in synchronicity if you do commit to that as a priority, which I would say for this comeback it does give that impression for this specifically, which is really nice. When you have that as something that you want people to be captivated by, that can help with helping us be able to micro focus on your features, which is great when you have a group of 9 with heavy pass offs like the cross, the look over. Come on now, he sends that arm up. I love the fullness of that. We clap it. Woo! Really nice. We trace it up, and I really like this, where they send it with the accent of the heels, and then we're bleeding through our energy all the way through that. That's so nice. Flick of those wrists, sending it up. Little head nod is great. Then we flick it up. Nice. Definitely an MJ feel more than the Justin Timberlake or James Brown side. It's nice. It's crisp. They hit it. It's iconic. So having the arms help. It was not polyrhythmic. More so, yes, we have the leg that does complement the arms, but we have 2 arms in play. They're lifting up in a different, not different plane, but different, not even direction. It's not something that you would normally pair together in this type of sequence because of the balancing of it. It's really nice. Well, now we got to see it again. Hold on. How we build it is really nice. Hit it up. Yeah, this iconic bump bump bada. Yeah, I mean, doing it twice and we have a subtle deviation the second time is really cool. And having that with the hit, with the transition and with the chug with that foot around, it's very nice. It's if you're seeing me as a broken record, this is a really, really well done choreography for them for this type of track. Wow. I wish we could have appreciated it more in the music video. We take those arms, we slam them down with the lift up, and then we place it up, and then Tere doesn't lift or change the direction of the hat, so we continue to see him there. Then we take the arms through. The chug is nice. Taking the hand, and we place it. We flick it. Let's go. We walk. Nice little wave. Was it complete? I mean, that's debatable. Were we going for a full-on wave, or were we going for just the flow of it? That will be the determining factor of it. I like the snap, the regained attention from Hanbin right there in the back. He's subtle, he sends it over, boom, and this is cool where you have both of them, Zonghao and Hanbin. They're, using similar gestures, and you see this subtle pass off, and I love that they're both controlling everybody around. They send it over, they look and hit and down and up. It's simple in the directions, but very effective with how you're having this pony, this repeated pony with this subtle torso that's going in opposition of the leg. Super nice. And they go to take it in. Nice and iconic with the hair. Come on now. Take it, send it around. They're like, sending it back. Let's go. And we turn, and I like that you have Ricky coming in. His section in the music video was really captivating. I don't know if I remember touching on that, but it was really cool to see, and I like seeing him here. Really good way to, that's a James Brown, is what we've called that, or you can call that a really nice funky bedrock. And then having everybody go and turn and a little, not even a twist, a flex, but something inspired by that head nod. Yeah, where we take the heels and then we let the body in isolation with the head around. We step it nice and low. So definitely has some funk to it. Could we have added some groove to this? Yes. Do you run the risk of having a lack of synchronicity as a result? Possibly. Because groove comes from the chest and the shoulders with support of the hips and the core. So when you do that, what is going on in the chest? It's where your lungs are. A lot of times it's where your breath and your vocal cords get affected, when this gets all awry. So a lot of times you're going to see groups sacrifice this for the sake of cleanliness or for the sake of vocal stability. I understand that. Not a huge concern unless your group is known for being a funk group or a soul-based group. You got to have groove, right? In order to have that authenticity, the snap down, we do a little pat from the hips to the chest. We send it out. I love the points out of that, and everyone was slightly different, which helps in individuality, but it also, well, no, not everybody was different. Everybody was technically different in the head. The arm placement was similar, and then you have Ricky deviate, really nice feature from him. So, well, that was cool though. So we take it through. Even if they all chose different poses, it would have still been a nice moment. He sends it one to another, so everybody does nice crisp staccato switches. He's taking a smooth tension-based approach, which is really nice. So we have a contrast in dynamics, which helps him be clocked as a feature. I love moments like that. I wish we saw more of that kind of stuff throughout the routine, because we do have the pass-offs, which I really appreciate. This is such a captivating element to stay in tune with your feature. Oh, so nice, right? He presses it around. The rotation of that wrist causes everybody to make that happen with their bodies. We send it all the way around. We send it back. And then we move different directions. Some of us go off stage. So he's moving in opposition. He doesn't have his trio from stage left like I normally cock him as, but that's okay. We press away is nice. The brushes are cool. Pas de bourrée, we have a little wave with the trays. Pivoting out in. And then next level, some tension with the hinge around with the feet to match it. Take it back in front and high to low with the pickup of the foot with the tap of the heel. We do a little chug out of it. We go pose with the build up. He points it, sends it off, and then we have a little party moment with two of our dancers, Matthew and Jung. I mean, of course you would have like Hangbin as like your dancer, right? But I really like how, we have it going from a larger group to a trio to a duo. We also had a solo with the contrasting counter-current formation transition, which was cool. We sent it back. We sent it, come on, with the shoulders. And then we hit it. It does look like we were supposed to do the same thing. It is what it is. That's probably the least clean section of the whole thing, but that's so subtle right in the middle of it. We're already been captivated by a whole minute 30. That's not going to make or break this routine, right? Take it through a little pas de bourrée with a hit with the subtle head nod. Hit the arms, bring them down. I really like this. Look at this. So you have two of our guys come back on. They are being added in. Well, Zonghao joins the picture here in between, and I really like that you have it not as just an every other. You have it where it is mirrored, and it is, oh my gosh, symmetrical. I love moments like that. When you got an odd number, it's way easier to do that. It's so fun, and I really like from there you have a sense of control. It's polyrhythms or delegation, very minor, but it's still happening, where you have this bleed going in environmentally, and then you have this moment with Zhang Hao. He's having doom, 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 doom on his tone. Everybody else who's not melting, they're matching him on that through control, which is what you ended up seeing with Zhang Hao and Han Bin earlier on. So that's another little, not even recycled, but another feature remembrance moment that ties very well in Fingerprint to the set. So he set it low, and I like that he stays up with his head as he brings it in. He crosses and projects it out, and then he joins in, boom, with my guy right back there, which is super cool, and it kind of replaces where Yujin was. That was so nice. Such a good transition. They really improved in those areas. Gosh, it's so cool. They plan it out. I like the melt with this little, it's like a swivelly porter bra, which we're here for, which is something, a focus of the arm carriage is what you would call that. So now they all took that. Let me see. This was a kind of like the press away into the push away add-on, which I really liked. And now you have two diagonals with a feature in the back corner with the head sitting it high around, and we walk, being intentional, not just walking for the sake of it. We're being conscious of our tempo. And then we have our arm or pocket. Then we all point to Ricky. Ricky's in center. We can clock him because he's the only one who is moving, but I like the direction of everybody pointing to him. He looks in, come on, the arm low to high, and then end up having this subtle little wave at the tail end of their arm. Wasn't that nice? The clap, the trace is great, the moon, flick, flick, tension, and we bring it up. Now, you're going to feel it subtly be presented differently, most likely when you have a different feature promoting that part of the course, because how they approach it in their tone can be slightly different than the person that happened before. Great example would be Sweat. That rum pum pum dum or dum, those phonetically sound different, right? And so how the choreo is going to resonate on it is going to appear a little different as a result of it, whether it's of influence or because of what we're hearing and doing a musicality comparison, which is what most of the time happens. So I like that this has a familiarity. It most likely is the same choreography, but it doesn't feel redundant because you have different features in play. Electronic, because even your feature there deviated a little bit differently than what we saw in the first course. Pull it away. Really nice way of using our chuck to get into a really nice V. I mean, one of our guys is just slightly off. If he scooted over just a smidge, then it would be super squeaky clean, but it's a dance practice. It's okay. It's a one take. We didn't cut this 15 times. I am okay with that subtle little thing. We can still appreciate what it is. It's really nice. Melt it away. It's really just so we can really appreciate Matthew a little bit better. It's hard to see him because of where he is. The little shoulder shrugs are nice. And then we have it's a dangerous. What's dangerous? Guns are dangerous when you use them incorrectly. So how they have that and snap it is why a lot of times you'll see guns as something to talk about danger or protecting or defense. You know, a lot of times you'll see that there. And then they end up traveling it in, which is nice. They hit it through. This is such a cool section, the coolest section of the whole thing. We finish it out. It looks like they're about to literally fall over. It's similar to the leans where you see people just lean out of a shot, but they're here, but they had to give the illusion of them leaning, but not really, because they have to slow it down or be able to balance it while we have a controlling point of view. That's so nice. They take it and they end up all turning. Really well done on that. Their timing is so nice there. Then they slow-mo it, and then you have a counter current perspective. We've seen this already, but from, what was it? It was, oh my gosh, Cuban, but it was a different formation and transition. The concept of a feature moving in opposition is something we have seen, is really what I'm touching on, but I love the rework of it, so it feels so different. Gosh, it's so nice. I like that we have this little response moment coming from Tere. The smile's nice. They take it up. The step downs are great. The chest, and we rotate it through, bringing it in through the mouth, up to the sky, and then we rotate it down, tap, tap, and they continue it on. So nice that they carried it through. He interrupts it for the sake of matching his choice as a feature. They hold it, hit, hit, and I like the speed change, to get us up to the top. And then we have a little hit, knock, notice the hair, we notice that. So we hop, hop, hop to our next spot. ICONIK, rotate it around, punch through, and I like the elbow, nice and level to the ground. With the head, it's great, that do-do-do-do-do. Let me Be a good ripple. Gosh, clean with the basis to justify. He says, iconic. Come on, sunglasses. You don't really have them, but it was really cool, the music video, right? Here we go. As you can tell, I'm talking pretty fast because there is a lot of fun things to talk about. And when I get excited about looking at good stuff, I can't control the speed as effectively as I wish. So my apologies if I am running through this, but I really like it. So there's a lot, a lot to appreciate. So they move out of the way to have Gumwood coming from the back. We do a little shampoo pickup, different choreo for the chorus. I love the hop. We place it front. And then we go, I love this little moment where he's like, I'm living it, boom, slapping it down. This is nothing to me, is what he's giving an impression. I like the rotation of the wrist as we slap it down. We press it with the ball change. And we move out of the way. I really like that he signals over, hey, look at Jiyoung. Really great way of passing off a feature because we were focused on him because of where he was in context. Then having him move to the side, he could maintain our attention if he chose to do that. But I like that he intentionally said, yo, look who's after me, Jiyoung. And we were able to clock him earlier and more effectively. They hit it, boom, it's iconic. And then you have... like Yuvin, yeah, so I like that he's more on the stationary kind of position, having his arms be a feature moment, and then it looks like he travels it up, which is fun. And then we pass it off to Jiyoung again. High, low, tension is nice, I like that with the accent of the knees. We bring it in, and then we hit it around to the tap of the shoulders, and then he has a little shampoo, and everybody, I think, does a subtle direction change, don't they? Yeah, they face away. Jiyoung looks closer to us, a little bit easier. Everyone snaps the head up, except for him. He's already looking at us. They take it and retract the shampoo with the arm. They do a little chug, scuff moment, and they use that to help in the transition. That can be mad tricky to get that balance. So that was pretty nice. Now it's in, it looks like windows, but you have it where, of course, you have your line. He's a little bit closer to us. Then they're all even, and then they're all level in the back. So it looks like it's technically 3 lines going on. You have Zonghao in its own lane, then you have a line with those in front, and then you have those in back. Cool. So the chugs are nice, and then we change up our pockets for our timings in our arms there as we travel through with the opposition trace. It's here. It's not necessarily seductive. I'm feeling myself. I'm loving it. It's more so that it gives me the motivation to want to be a part of it, right? It's cool. Okay, the arms out. I like it with the heel. They're pressing it high, low, bringing it to the other side, and then we hitting it. We send it, boom, boom, the little chugs with the placement down of the head, and he has, boom, a little iconic moment, and then they all now slide. It is placed. They all intentionally made the direction changes that they chose, which is nice placement of, so take the arms out, and then to do a little Charleston to the back with our arms being presented out. We point it, and then we send it up and back like we're, adding gel to our hair. He has a little moment there, like, we feeling it. Then we have a little hop, group 1, group 2. The only person who does it, he's signaling everybody, is Ricky. So that's nice to keep him as a feature. He twinkles that arm, and then we all go, everyone takes the arms, all subtly individualized, where they bring it, they just make it a fun, lingering effect, and then you have a little flick from Song Han Bin. Really nice. This is a great choreography on them. They have the cleanliness behind it, and you have individual moments, but also the choreography is structured where if they did have not the cleanest action or cleanest pose, such as the Ricky with everybody else moment, if they all were individual, it still would have worked because of the context of how we normally see that pose done, right? So all in all, I really, really like this choreography, and I'm so thankful for a fixed cam, and it was done in a 1 take, so we could really appreciate the transitions, because the transitions are deceptively trickier than people may think because of the different directions they are turning or moving in content. They're not just staying front, they're not just moving in their direction, they're rotating while that's happening, and they're syncopating or diving into different pockets of timing while they're doing it. So it is a lot to think about in one go, which I really appreciate the thoroughness of practice. This was awesome. As you've noticed, I was citing off or referencing other ZEROBASEONE materials. I am caught up with the group. I saw them on Boys Planet. I've watched their entire discography, and if there's a music video visual, I've seen it, and their dance practices. I've been living it up. And so if you want to see all of that, it is on Patreon for you to binge away. And I'm actively looking at all other Boys Planet groups or people who have come as contestants of the show. They all got together, like Even and Newbie and One Pact, and we get to appreciate them together. And I'm doing that with Boys 2 Planet as well. So you guys know me, I know you. I'm Jess, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.